So Israel too, through the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, don't promise to make sure that they join body with Nigeria to fight terrorism, especially as it get to do with giving them better intelligence. And Donald Trump don't vex. His annoyance talk say this killing one of the key Christians for inside Nigeria. I don't like Amo. I don't like Amo. That according to waiting in Congressman Riley Moore talk. Plus other matter them as terrorism attack don't they escalated. I tell on say the some of the papyri children, that is St. Mary's primary and secondary school children, where they've been kidnapped, where they release. Some of them they don't re-kidnap them again for inside an attack. We happen for Niger State on Saturday. So imagine how those children are going to feel with this kind of re-kidnapping. We don't re-kidnap them again. As I talk to you, attacks still dey plenty. Even for the Niger State gon sef, they don't even see explosive device wey be say terrorists dem plant. As over, in fact, the death toll of our army people wey don die because of that explosive device wey be say Boko Haram plant for them, no be 8 again now, they don't increase to 9. So you see say katakata plenty for ground. In the midst of all of this, APC, Labour Party, ADC, they give their own buzzwords, because as I talk to you right now, the PDP they tell APC, not gonna no complain, no, or they complain for Wike. Say waiting happen now. Nobody creates the monster, not being they support the monster. Now you go show on a shege banza. And of course, Wike don't continue in tours. You don't go see Asari Dokubo. The other day in attack it on. This on Asari Dokubo, you don't go see. And matter still plenty because he still they talk. He say according to them, say he spend money to make sure Tinubu become president, and nobody will tell him anything. Nobody will tell them according to waiting we hear them say them. But as all that one they happen, Dele Momodu don't come say, hey, they don't come. Oh, some people don't carry bitterness and bad mind. Enter inside ADCO, say then the candidates must be the presidential candidates. If not be so, nothing they happen. No. Now, may they no come turn ADC to PDP, or may the disaster will happen for ADC, no happen for PDP. Or people don't tell them, say, excuse me, if you do anything will cause disaster for ADC, PDP. Now you and your principal ambition. In no say 2023, power supposed to come back to South. Why he insist say he must run? If to say not be that running when he run for 2023, maybe PDP for no scatter finally as a scatter like this. So and now knowing say power supposed to remain for South, why he won't contest? So blame your principal. No, they talk this on way they talk. You see that goes don't they? All of this and more matter now go bring for now. Welcome to Updated Precious. They always see my belly to bring on an update of things and where they happen for inside the country. But sharp. My given I need to read them as the papers them use carry, and then before we go to break them down one by fellow. Amnesty International don't condemn the mob killing of pastor for inside Southern Kaduna. They demand probe. Why they go gather pastor kill him for Southern Kaduna? Hey, I think Christians this year not be smarting. After they go say this will not be targeted attack for Christians. Now, terrorists don't attack Katsina communities for midnight assault, abduct several residents. In case you don't hear that one, terrorists attack Katsina communities in midnight assault, abducts several residents. And then terrorists kill 2 residents in southern Kaduna, abduct 32 others, including aged women and children. Just to let you know, southern Kaduna, a purely Christian-dominated area. So terrorists kill 2 residents in southern Kaduna, abduct 32 others, including aged women and children. A Maho community for inside Edo raises alarm over illegal occupation of forest reserves by strangers. They say people with our forest are strangers who will not even know them. We're gonna come, we not go forest again, we not do hunting, we not go farming because people who will not know now don't occupy our forest. Kwara Police Command Clares releases armed men allegedly linked to Mieti Allah, says they are legitimate vigilantes. They're not with Mieti Allah, they're not be bad people, they be better Mieti Allah. And they say these people they linked to Mieti Allah, but they say no, they're good citizens. Let them go. One security operative killed as Boko Haram insurgents ambush JTF patrol in Borno. Again. And then Christians must not be fooled by rhetorics of Governor Zulum or any other politician promising religious tolerance and peaceful coexistence in Borno State. By Ishaya Malguin, and they talk to us. Say anybody will promise on this one, make on not believe her more, now lie then they lie. And bandits kill Kogi man after collecting over 1 million naira ransom and motorcycle, including phone. They give motorcycle 1 million naira ransom, they still kill the man for Kogi State. Wow. Edo kidnappers abduct 2 brothers, kill younger sibling on New Year's Day. Remember the 2 medical doctors will tell on us say them been kidnapped for inside the Edo State they don't kill one of them. They don't kill one of them. Very, very sad. As today they talk this thing for news. I think I carried that story almost twice for inside this show from between 1st January till now. Sadly, they don't kill them. Meanwhile, Christian genocide, Israel will involve in intelligence sharing in Nigeria. Now, so the ambassador to Israel talk as he gets interviewed with Arise Television. U.S. Congressman confirms escalating violence against Christians in Nigeria, cites ISIS threats. U.S. Congressman Riley Moore confirms escalating violence against Christians in Nigeria, cites ISIS threats. And then one chance robbers brutally murder Abuja nurse on night duty as group condemns insecurity, demands action. You know the way they safe again. Now waiting this one mean that now waiting the group they talk. Young man goes missing in Lagos after trip to buy goods. Family appeals for help. See, I beg go, we no see our picking again, and we'll show his image in case we see him anywhere. Residents discover explosive device in Niger community days after terrorists killed 40 locals. Terrorists abduct nursing mother, child in Ondo State. He don't reach Ondo. Terrorists, though, may not say any other person. For Ondo State here, abduct nursing mother, including Peking where they nurse. For Ondo State here. Hey. Army will crush terrorists in Nigeria. Army will crush terrorists in Niger State, other parts of Nigeria, says Chief of Army Staff. Now they talk this one. Insecurity, APC chieftain Vatsa calls for military base, marine police in Agwara local government area of Niger State. And then the 2027 former DSS DG Lawal Daura declares intention for Katsina governorship election. You remember Daura, a very famous name during Buhari's regime, right? Okay, so they don't declare for intention to run for Katsina state government. Some groups have introduced aggression into ADC. Moko no let them Dele Momodu 9, they mock Obedience. Obedience, they don't fire them today. Say, you stay waiting. Who be the person where they talk about it? They talk about obedience just because you want me to get primaries who go favor your person. Your person will not fit obey common unwritten rule of zoning and call. You know, talk that one. That now waiting people don't the answer. Turaki led PDP faction in closed door meeting with Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, former president. And Fubara Wike say mistakes of 2023 will not be repeated in 2027. Wike don't verse. Say, true to my God, the mistake I made for 2023, I'm not going to repeat them for 2027. Okay, now. And then, of course, it trends for several reasons, and I'll let you know that. Rivers, you have no right to complain about Wike, PDP, lambast, and mocks APC. You will not get right to complain about Wike. I mean, the monster want to create with that, and the support them before. I'm not complain. No, man, I not try to complain at all. If you not complain, you go bad for now. Tinubu stood by me in my time of need. I will work for his re-election. Asari Dokumo assures Wike as Wike go PM visit. PDP issues APC secretary Bashiru 48-hour ultimatum over comments against Wike. If you don't apologize to Wike in 48 hours now, we'll deal with you. The PDP faction lawyer to Wike, and they talk this one, just so you know. If you don't apologize to Wike, you secretary of National Secretary of APC, if you don't apologize, we'll deal with you. How dare you insult our guy like that? 2027, Rivers Elders Council backs Wike's renewed hope family for Tinubu. Okay, now NNPP lifts suspension on Governor Yusuf, appoints him national leader. Wait, just when he won't go APC, now that they appoint a national. Okay, now with the watch, we'll see the drama. Man rescued alive 11 days after Lagos building collapse. This is good news, such a cheerful news. Benue Teaching Hospital issues notice to striking residents, doctors to vacate quarters. It should be understand that they strike and I don't want to work again. I'm not going to live on a staff quarters. Leave them, they go. Ogalia. Is that how it is? U.S. capture of Maduro, morally right. His government was similar to Nigeria's military juntas. Kemi Badenoch, now in the talk this on. And then Tinubu government get to account for subsidy savings, targeting taxes to fund politicians, vanities, roads vival. Now in the talk this one. And Nigeria is not poor. It's poorly governed. Peter Obi reacts to healthcare crisis after meeting young nurse. We reject utterly the actions embarked upon by the United Nations, by the United States, and we stand with the people of Venezuela. South Africa Ramaphosa condemns Maduro capture. So we reject them, that kind of thing, make it not happen again. Wow. Other countries, giant of Africa, where are you? Tinubu appoints Odushote as first female director general of Nigerian Law School. So we get a female, maybe the first person, maybe the DG of Nigerian Law School, and her name na Dr. Olugbemishama Titilayo Odushote. Now she be that. And then moving on very quickly before we begin to add flesh on the matter, them Enugu budgets 30 billion naira for feeding program in 260 smart schools, with most not yet built or under construction. In case you don't understand, so Enugu State don't say they will use 30 billion, not a million, 30 billion to use food feed 260 smart schools. Then, and most of these smart schools they never even build and finish. But they don't put them for budget. How much you go use feed them? In case we build the school finish, you will still feed them. UK, France, Germany, other EU allies back Denmark over Trump's threats to annex Greenland. They don't tell us Greenland and no go area like River State. Nigerian Communications Commission staff raise alarm over alleged abuse, irregular recruitment under MIDA. And then Kogi Governor Ododo to splash over 1 billion naira on government house remodeling in 2026. You know, we have to remodel the government house and build it and prepare it for 2027. You know that, right? Anger as Nigerian ministry suspends 58 staff in Jos for allegedly participating in protest. How dare you participate in protest? Because of that, be suspended from your work. Jigawa Governor Namadi to get 895 million naira allowance. His laundry facility gulps 50 million. You know, Agbada they very expensive to launder. So only 50 million to launder for 1 year. Not be to launder. You know, it's supposed to enter for budget. Amahok community for in Edoya, I think I've given the story how people are saying that their community is now very unsafe. And that's about the conversations that we'll have tonight. I'd like to say a big thank you. Anthony Joshua set to retire from boxing after fatal crash. This is according to his family. Well, this and other matter they're not really looking to this evening. And I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's joined us. Thank you so much for being part of the show. For everybody who don't join us, good evening and welcome to the show. Oh yeah, we could begin add flesh inside the matter them one by follow very, very quickly as night don't come. Now, Amnesty International don't condemn the mob killing of a particular pastor. The global human rights don't strongly condemn the killing of Pastor Gio Idon by a mob in southern Kaduna over alleged witchcraft. Now, Amnesty International described the incident as a disturbing example of growing mob violence in Nigeria and calling for a thorough investigation. In a statement, the human rights organization said the horrifying incident, which I can't play the video by the way right now, is an example of how people increasingly take law into their hands and carry out so-called jungle justice. Now, the horrific incident occurred on Sunday, January 4, 2026. Until his death, Pastor Idon was the pastor of Ekwa, Ungwan Shawa LC, Kashuwan Magani, DCC, Kaduna State. Now, Pastor Idon was reportedly lynched by members of his community following the death of his brother, who had suffered a prolonged illness. So brother died because of say he don't sick for a long time. They say Naim, the pastor, do a witchcraft. Just so you understand. Now, after his brother's passing, the pastor was accused of being responsible for the death through alleged witchcraft. An allegation Amnesty International said led to the violent attack against him. According to the organization, remains of Pastor Idon was burned to ashes by the mob. So these are Christians doing this to their fellow Christian brothers. I think on the see. If another person for any other religion do this on Tonama, on no go hear word. These are Christians doing this to their own Christian brothers, which whatever happens to what the Bible says about forgive and forget, whatever happens to that, say your brother will sin against you 70 times, 70 times. Oh, this one has suffered not the witch to live. Now, this is very grossly unfair. Very, very unfair. Well, according to the organization, yeah, so the killing has once again drawn attention of the persistent problem of mob violence in Nigeria, particularly in rural communities where allegations of witchcraft, theft, or other offenses often lead to instant punishment without recourse to law enforcement or the judicial process. Human rights groups have repeatedly warned that such acts violate the fundamental rights to life and undermine the rule of law. So this is how the young man died. Now, it may even be that it's a stamina ailment that killed the man. They no go do proper medical attention because they not go even go. You see, illiteracy get the problem where they give us for inside this country. Education not be scam. Because if person don't did that kind of sickness, so you be say on a suspect is in the drum, there are tests that you'd run to ascertain exactly what is wrong with him before I begin know, then begin accuse him of killing his brother or not killing his brother. This is so sad and totally condemnable and condemned. And then terrorists suspected to be bandits have stormed several communities in Katsina State, killing and injuring residents and abducting others during coordinated night attacks. Now, it was gathered that the attack occurred yesterday, Monday night, when heavily armed assailants invaded the affected areas, operating for hours. Then they operate for hours and wreaking havoc on the communities. Not be one community, communities, just so you know. According to security alerts shared today, Tuesday, by I think when Bakat Stein, the terrorists attacked Onguwa Al Haji Barwa, Gidan Mines, Gizo, and Gidan Hazu communities, all located in Na Alma ward of Malumfashi local government area of Katsina State. Now, Katsina State has remained one of the epicenters of banditry and violent attacks in Nigeria's northwest region, despite repeated assurances by security agencies and government authorities that efforts are ongoing to restore peace. Several times we don't see people for Katsina State, bandits for Katsina State, terrorists come out with their heavy gun, them can't do peace talks. After the peace talks, attacks still they continue, because this particular attack to peace talks then don't happen before, and then attacks still they continue. And this is a very, very sad incident. Now, as of the time of filing the report, security agencies were yet to issue an official statement on the incident, while the exact number of casualties and abducted persons remains unclear. So we don't even know how many people will die and how many people will be said and kidnapped. It was also previously reported that terrorists attacked Onguwa Daudu community in Duke ward of Funtua local government area, Katsina State, injuring 2 residents and abducting no fewer than 20 others. Now, Sahara reporters also gathered that the attack occurred on Sunday night, January 4, when heavily armed assailants invaded the rural community. Katsina-based security expert Malam Bakstein on Monday confirmed the incident, noting that the attack took place despite several peace agreements. I want to hear that part. Peace agreements recently brokered between local authorities and armed groups. Peace agreement, yet it still did happen. Funtua is one of the several local governments in Katsina State that have suffered repeated attacks by armed groups. And this happened just yesterday night. Oh, why would they talk about Funtua for Southern Kaduna and called Christian-dominated area? It still happened as terrorists, locally dubbed as bandits, but they are terrorists. On Monday night, still that same yesterday night, because it happened for Katsina State, it happened for Southern Kaduna. On Monday night, kidnapped an elderly woman in the Southern Kaduna region of Kaduna State, barely 48 hours after killing her son and another person in Arak village, Sanga local government area of the kill son, kidnap mother, or kill mother. Crazy, right? Okay. So the woman had been identified as Mrs. Averik Arak, who was abducted alongside her granddaughter, the child's father, identified as Habila Averik, was killed on Saturday. Now, the woman was mourning her son killed in her presence. That is, they killed her son in her presence, as well as his wife and daughter. Is said to have been ill in the time the bandits returned on Monday night. So as they kill her son before her, one of the son, daughter, and the wife before her, the teenager, she still is sick when these bandits return. Carry her join. Now, in similar attacks in 2 other local government areas of Kawuru and Kajuru, bandits kidnapped 15 villagers, mostly minors, from Unguwan Sariki Maru in Kajuru, in Kadage village in Kauru Council. About 16 people were kidnapped and 1 person was killed. A source from Kandage village explained that over 100 of their kinsmen had been held captive by bandits between December 1, 2025 to January 4, 2026. In case you don't understand, within a space of 1 year approximately, then get over 100 of their people we still did bandits then till now. The source, that is terrorists then till now. What are they doing with those people? Hey, goodness God. The source stated he would provide a breakdown from 7 surrounding village in Kauru local government area. He also lamented the media blackout of the resurgence of kidnapping and killings in the area. Say, even like say media, they even talk about them at all. Say media, they just keep quiet because mainstream media don't even talk about all these things when they happen to them at all. I feel like say they're on their own. Kidnappings, they happen anyhow, they kill them anyhow, and the media, they keep quiet over the things when they happen to them. And this one, now we see the people them they complain about. Say, if like say they don't forget about them totally, because what is going on here? Okay. All right. So multiple sources had said that the attack occurred late Friday night in Kachia near the newly established Freedom University Applied Science, the headquarters of Kachia local government area. The second attack. Now, remember the first attack rather. A member of the affected family confirmed the incident on Saturday, identifying the victims of Mr. Bitrus Bahago, his wife, Mrs. Justina Bitrus Bahago, their son, Ibrahim Bitrus Bahago, and another relative, Adam Waziri. Now they are all 4 killed by the bandits, the family source said. According to the source, the attackers arrived in large numbers and opened fire on residents, leaving several others injured. Just complaints, usually with their bikes, opened fire. However, the injured victims were rushed to nearby hospitals for medical treatment. Now, residents of Kachia had described the attack as terrifying, noting that the community has suffered repeated assaults by armed groups despite its proximity to major institutions and security formations. In case you don't understand, now for Kaduna State, we are Arsenal. They can pay. Now, Southern Kaduna has witnessed persistent attacks by bandits and gunmen terrorists in recent years, with residents repeatedly calling on the federal government to strengthen security, protect vulnerable communities. And just so you know, Southern Kaduna, Kaduna State generally in one of the states where we say we don't get negotiation with bandits over and over again. And now one of the states where we say some of the best persons that way they help do negotiation with bandits, we they call Shigumi, don't also talk, say Kaduna State government is cooperating, and because of his cooperation, they can see Cam has returned to the place. So these bandits don't attack them, don't kill them. US does not have to attack them, just negotiate with them. They're just angry. You can see in some states like Kaduna State, because of the peace deal you have with them, there is calm in the states. Or cannot be Kaduna State where all these ones they happen now. I bet the people of Southern Kaduna, they're from Kaduna, they're from another part of Kaduna. They're not Kaduna State. This is exactly what's going on in Kaduna State too. And this is really, really very troubling. Very troubling. And just as that one they happen, make I give them more news because now the Amaho community for inside Igweben local government area of Edo State, they don't remain deeply divided over the illegal occupation of its forests or their forest reserve by non-indigens, with residents warning that rising tensions could degenerate into violence if government intervention is not forthcoming. Now, it was gathered that in December 2025, the tension escalated in the community following allegations that unknown strangers had illegally taken over portions of the community's forest. Amaho, a community known for its rich cultural heritage and agricultural activities, has historically enjoyed relative peace. However, residents say that calm has been shattered by the influx of outsiders who have allegedly settled deep inside the community's forest. What thing that they find for bush? They be wild animals. Now, carrying out farming activities without the consent of the people or due process from the community, according to statements signed by Dr. Napoleon Ulukahe on behalf of the concerned people of Amoho village or indigens. According to concerned indigents, the forest lands were unlawfully leased to the strangers who are repeatedly engaged in all sorts of farming, including Indian hemp cultivation and other form of agricultural, whatever. The development has triggered widespread anger and suspicion across the community, with many residents describing the situation as a looming security threat. So they say. Now, on Tuesday, January 6, 2026, Olukhaya, in a statement made available to newsmen, said that the situation has worsened with the recent construction of an access road into the forest reserve without approval from relevant government authorities, further heightening security concerns. So while Ibi say the people of Edo State, they cry their own, It happen for other places because as I speak to you right now, for inside Kwara State, the police command don't confirm the received investigation and subsequent release of 6 armed men earlier alleged to be members of Mieti Allah Katohera, following a federal security operation involved in the Nigerian army in Edo State. They say they be arrest them because they suspect them to be bad people, but later they say release them, release them, release them. We have found out that they are our normal vigilantes, but the members of it, Mieti Allah, that's the question where people they ask. Make I leave that one enter inside another matter as it gets to do with insecurity before I go straight to waiting Trump talk. Now, a member of the Civilian Joint Task Force JTF has been CJTF has been killed in a suspected ambush by the Boko Haram and Islamic State West African province ISWAP fighters in the Goza local government area of Borno State. Security sources have confirmed that. Now, the attack occurred around 2:30 p.m. yesterday, January 5, along the Warave Bayan Dutse Road, an area that has remained volatile despite ongoing counterinsurgency operations. Now, according to news, a security analyst cited local sources in the post. The assailants opened fire on civilian JTF members and local hunters who were on routine patrol. Bottom line, they don't lose somebody for inside that attack. And the death toll for inside our Nigerian military will die for the explosive devices with Boko Haram plant for inside the same Borno state don't increase from 8 to 9 because one of them gave up and because if he fight again because of the wound where he sustained for inside the injury. Now, the recent threat by US President Donald Trump to invade Nigeria with guns or guns ablazing has sent shockwaves across the nation. While the statement itself is provocative and contested, it has undeniably heightened the long standing grievances and suffering of marginalized Christian communities and other areas. So, for Borno State, for instance, people for Borno State don't tell the people of Borno State, especially the Christian community of Borno State, come, not take anything where be say your governor Zulum, they tell you, say, I will protect everybody, everywhere is safe, will protect you, no more problem. No take what they tell you, waiting in they tell you, and what other politicians they tell you, no take them. Now wash. Now wash. Christians must not be fooled by rhetorics of Governor Zulum or any other politicians promising religious tolerance and peaceful coexistence in Borno State. Now, waiting, it be say the person they talk. So, say, make on know they fooled by all these things when they talk. It be like say they know what they do. Now, moving on to other issues, still perhaps surrounding security, bandits have reportedly killed a man identified as Agba, a native of Igbe community for inside the Agba West local government area of Kogi State, despite the full payment of ransom demanded for a kidnapped resident. Then kidnapped residents ask for ransom, then give them ransom. Even give them motorcycle join, give them phone join, but then kill the man, to way body for corner. You see, there are some things I can't even just keep talking about it because I hate the boss when I talk about them. Remember the two brothers I told you that they took over in that they kidnapped in Edo State that I told you were medical doctors. At least one was a medical doctor. Well, the kidnappers don't kill one of them, leaving the other person with the medical doctor instead in captivity. Now, the two brothers, Babatunde Abu and Tahir Abu, 9 APC in captivity. They don't kill one, leave the other one. Now, while all of these they go on, Israel don't they talk about how they will use unite with Nigeria to make sure say them form a formidable force and give us intelligence to use do what we're supposed to. Remember, say Oga Benjamin Netanyahu we don't talk how the thing they pay now for body waiting Christians they go through for inside Nigeria. Say the killing of Christians must stop and say it must stop now. And then he don't come make the promise several times on how he be willing to use assist Christians or to use stop the killing of Christians by terrorists. Dr. Kachon on the day here talk say waiting make and vex past. Now say Muslims, especially from Nigeria, get mind to go as or go to report Benjamin Netanyahu, say make them charge them for war crimes because of waiting in for Gaza and Palestine. May they do and this, may they do and then I can remember say, excuse me, you Muslims asking that I should be sanctioned and all that. Una forget on a complicity for waiting they happen for Nigeria. How they use kill on our own Nigerian neighbors because they be Christians. Okay, now I must defend Christians for Nigeria. That's the explanation Dr. Kaj gave. Now, Israel is planning to support Nigeria's effort to address insecurity and protect vulnerable Christian communities through intelligence sharing and strategic cooperation. This is according to Israel's ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman. And so he talked. Now, Freeman said the plan outlined by Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is anchored on partnership with Nigerian government and respect for Nigeria's sovereignty, stressing that Israel would only act within areas approved by Abuja. Now, our aim is to work with the Nigerian government and the Prime Minister, highlighting issues of intelligence sharing and other areas. In fact, Imbi, they talked to some friends that I write television when he get interview with Charles and Eroli yesterday. Let's take a listen to a bit of what he had to say yesterday.
No, absolutely. Our aim is to work with the Nigerian government, and the Prime Minister highlighted issues of intelligence sharing and other areas, and I think that we will be led and guided by the Nigerian government as to where we can work and where we can partner, because this is very much about working with an ally, working with a partner, and doing things to tackle insecurity as a whole within the country.
And I mean, obviously, Israel is a staunch ally of the United States. I mean, if Mr. Trump was to decide to take some further action in Nigeria unilaterally, what would Israel's response be? I mean, I know it's a hypothetical situation.
Well, one, it's a hypothetical situation, and two, I think there's probably a better question to ask the American ambassador rather than the Israeli ambassador as to what the
well, the question is, what would Israel's response be?
Well, in a hypothetical, we'd have to see what the situation was. I couldn't tell you what our response is. What I can tell you is that we want to work with the Nigerian government to see what we can do to help and work with them to tackle insecurity across the country.
And how has the Nigerian government responded to Mr. Netanyahu's statement? I'm wondering if there's been any sort of behind-the-scenes diplomatic communication about this between you and the Tinubu administration?
Well, any communication behind the scenes will obviously remain behind the scenes. But as I said, Prime Minister Netanyahu has made our position clear, and so anything that we can do in those areas, and obviously when you're dealing with issues of intelligence and when you're issuing of information, it's not something that we're going to talk about publicly, because that would undermine the entire purpose of having a conversation about intelligence.
But why would Mr. Netanyahu be talking about protecting Christians in Nigeria when peace remains elusive in his own backyard in Gaza? I mean, doesn't his statement seem contradictory given the ongoing Gaza conflict?
I don't think they're contradictory at all. What Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke about was Christians across the world. It wasn't only he spoke about Christians in Nigeria, he spoke about Christians across the world. And he highlighted the fact that Israel is the only country in the Middle East where the Christian population is growing. It's the only country in the Middle East where the Christian population is thriving. It's the only country in the Middle East where Christians have complete freedom of worship and freedom to do what they want. And I think that that was the point that the Prime Minister Netanyahu was making. And that's the critical point here, is that opportunity for Christians. You know, if you look at Israeli society, Christians are the most well-educated in Israel. They are the wealthiest. There are many, many things, but fundamentally, Christians have total freedom of religion. They can pray where they want. You know, we've just had New Year and Christmas, and you saw thousands of Christians in Jerusalem, walking through the Via della Rosa, going to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. I was actually in Jerusalem on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day, and we saw Christmas trees and Christmas lights and Christians having a wonderful, wonderful time in Jerusalem, totally free to express their religion, to express their identity, and it was amazing to see. It was amazing as an observant Jew to be able to see this in my home city of Jerusalem.
Right. That now the Israeli Prime Minister, Ambassador to Nigeria, as Ifulu Charles and already talked there concerning how they will use collaborate with Nigeria. You notice how he used respond to a question around what they don't discuss behind the scene and with how you go remain behind the scene. You notice that. Well, let's get straight to the United States. As United States Congressman Riley Moore has again decried violent attacks against Christian communities in Nigeria. Again, warning that extremist groups are escalating threats, including the recent ultimatum from ISIS demanding the conversion of death. Now, Rep Moore, speaking in a recent interview, I think on Newsmax TV, said he traveled to Nigeria in December as part of a congressional delegation tasked with addressing or assessing security conditions and humanitarian needs. Now, Moore in the interview, in the extracts he shared on his handle, said the visit was conducted at the direction of the United States President Donald Trump. and included meeting with internally displaced people, IDPs, and living in refugee camps. He did say quite a lot, but let's see if I can play an excerpt of that interview so you see exactly what he said. And then he also did explain exactly the stance of the United States President Donald Trump as to what's going on, the escalated attacks in Nigeria, especially against Christians. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Terrorists have been attacking churches, abducting worshipers for years now, and to investigate this Christian persecution is Congressman Riley Moore of West Virginia, sitting on the House Appropriations Committee, and the congressman has a tie to the story because you just traveled with a congressional delegation to Nigeria to see what's happening, doing so firsthand. Can you share that with us? Because it's one thing for us to report it, but for someone that was on the ground to see it, what can you share?
Yes, and Sean, we went there just the beginning of last month in December, and part of that was at the instruction of the president, who had asked myself and Chairman Tom Cole, the House Appropriations Committee, to investigate what's going on in Nigeria. So we went there, and I will tell you the stories that we got from the ground, talking to internally displaced individuals, Christians who were living in these refugee camps, IDP camps. It was just absolutely heartbreaking. I met a woman who had all 5 of her children murdered right in front of her. And she was pregnant and was able to escape, had the child in one of these refugee camps. I met another woman who had her husband and 2 daughters murdered right in front of her, and they actually killed her unborn child. I mean, this is the most barbaric violence that you can imagine. And now we've had ISIS issue a statement saying, Christians of Nigeria, convert or die, or you can pay the tax to live under our caliphate. We cannot stand by and allow the slaughter of Christians to continue in Nigeria. And the good news here is that the government of Nigeria is working with the United States. This strike that we had was in coordination and cooperation with the Nigerian government. So we are moving in a positive direction in all of this. I think there's going to be a strategic security framework that's going to be set up at some point here soon in between our 2 countries that is in the works, where we will be able to do some capability gap fillers for the Nigerians and their military, and then also provide the type of support like we did on Christmas with 12 Tomahawk cruise missiles, which, by the way, was the first time in 2 years you'd not had Christians massacred on Christmas. Instead, we had terrorists paying the price this Christmas.
When you went in December and you visited the displaced persons camp, the IDP camps in Nigeria, I'm seeing some photos. Can you talk to what we're looking at?
Yeah, that woman with the child is actually the one that I just talked about, who had 5 of her children murdered in front of her and was able to escape. That's her right there. And that's all that's left is her and her child, and she's still living in an IDP camp. And to be clear, the Fulani Islamic militants that are in the middle belt of that country, which is where we were visiting these IDPs, they are continually attacking IDP camps as we speak. So for all the naysayers that say this isn't about persecution of Christians and they're not being targeted, then why are they burning down churches? Why are they targeting IDP camps? Why is ISIS saying convert or die? You're going to see stories come out from the left, from the Democrats, from the liberals, saying, no, this is about climate change and land disputes, and, this isn't about Christian persecution. I am telling you, as somebody who was on the ground, this is Christian persecution that is happening in Nigeria. And to be clear, there are all Nigerians that are being killed by these Islamic terrorists, but there is a specific focus on these Christian communities.
Yeah, again, from someone that actually went there, was on the ground, and who spoke to people there, sharing that story to confirm it. I wanted to get your final thoughts really quickly here. The U.S. military, the administration was able to capture Nicolas Maduro and his wife. He's now in a federal courthouse in New York. We've seen protests in New York that support Maduro. though Venezuelans seem very happy that he is taken out of office, those that live in America that are Venezuelans are happy that he's taken out of office. But then you have the protesters out there that are saying, hands off Venezuela, free Maduro. Congressman, just your thoughts again. I mean, we've seen flags from every different nation. Now we're seeing the Venezuelan flags, but only for the people that are supporting Maduro. Talk to us about this, because every flag you're seeing is anything but the American flag and America first. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this is par for the course right now, and I think we do have to take this seriously. I mean, I know these people look and sound ridiculous when they're out there chanting these things, but they actually believe them. They want to see the destruction of the United States. They're well aware of the stakes that are going on here. We have an Islamic communist mayor of New York City. You also have one in London as well. This is a fight for our Western civilization, which they are adamantly opposed to this country, our way of life, and our civilization. So that's why you have people out there chanting these socialist slogans and supporting folks like Maduro, who is a narco-terrorist, who, by the way, was inviting the Chinese into his country to build a military base, Cuban Missile Crisis all over again. We're not going to allow our adversaries to control space and threaten the security of Americans here within our own hemisphere. We are not going to do that. So you can think about this as the Monroe Doctrine 2.0 or the Donroe Doctrine, since it's Donald Trump. But that is what is happening here. And make no mistake, when Donald Trump makes a statement that you are no longer going to threaten us, kill our people with drugs or anything else, take it seriously. And I would say the same thing to the people in Nigeria. Do not test this president's resolve. Many have tried and all have failed.
Congressman Riley.
All right. So, I mean, I had to wait for that to the end of that conversation for you to hear that in Wayne talk, especially as he tell, the people of Nigeria, say you better take him seriously. When he talk something, make one take him seriously when he talk. But did you pay attention to the things he said? You paid attention to what he said, right? Especially the one when he talks to the naysayers. When they talk, say, oh, we're just having an existential terrorism issue. It's not targeted at Christians. Then they're wide in the born churches. Why I swap the talks? If you don't convert to Christian Islam, you will die. Why? If this is just about general killings, why are they not telling Muslims you too will die if you don't convert to Islam, or if you don't give us money, you will die? Why are they doing that? Why it be say most of the IDP camps where you get more Christians for IDP camps past Muslims? Why? And then make we even look at the demography of the Muslims the way it be said they kill. How many Fulani indigenous Muslims and where they IDP camps? I mean, I wish the Nigerian government, what are we not, where we need to get statistics, data for inside this country? We should be able to come up with data of the statistics of the different indigenous groups them and their religion where the IDP comes. I think that can help us when they go around with this claim, say, oh, no be these people, they die, oh, no be these people. With facts. Facts can help us. So waiting be the facts where the Nigerian government gets to show, say, indeed, this killing no they targeted as Christians. Because you can see a man where then don't go. Now, remember that the Nigerian government had led a delegation to the United States, going there to tell them, say, no, we don't, even before the delegation go, first of all, we don't get the likes of the Nebuala, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Reno Mokri, they don't go there, they talk scenes, they talk saying, no, we don't get Christian killing for Nigeria na existing as terrorism issue, na security issue we get, and they cut across all religion. In fact, they go even tell you say Muslims even die pass. And then Ebola came back and said he's been on a tour of media houses across the Western world, trying to, correct the narrative that saying that Christians 90 they kill. But after that narrative, then the delegation from Nigeria, led by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, went to the White House, to the United States, to Washington. And then they still tell them that same thing, say, no, this is one that they talk. Not be Christians that they kill, or they kill. In fact, the Muslims they kill say plenty past. So with all this things, so they don't tell the congressman and they don't tell all of them. This congressman still came to Nigeria, saw what he saw, and still has the Akbobi to be saying this thing he said here. That no mind those things when they tell you, even call them naysayers. But why, Riley? Why? He said, don't mind waiting those naysayers they tell you. Don't mind what the naysayers are saying when they tell you, say, no be Christians and they kill. He called them naysayers. You mean that our National Security Advisor is a naysayer? You mean that Ebola and the rest of them are naysayers? It's not fair. You're not fair. So now he said the next said no my way to the top, because if no be Christian genocide, if no be Christian genocide, why I swap go get mine on the 1st of January? Tell people, say if you don't convert to Islam, you go die. You continue to the PL status. We'll continue to kill you. Why it be say we get attacks on more on churches? Why? And then if you look at the people waiting for IDP camps, why we get more Christians across IDP camps? Why? Why it be say it like that? And I was talking to Zaria Ahmed, Zaria Yusuf here, and he told us, maybe may talk say if you go through the IDP camps, if you see Muslims, the Hausa Muslims, or another, indigenous northern tribal Muslims, you will not see a Fulani Muslim in the IDP camp. So why we not get Fulani Muslims since now then they accuse, say that then they perpetrate this, thing? Why we not get them for inside the IDP camp? So you see, these are questions where BC people they ask, and it is very difficult. By the way, just to let you know, security expert Brian Phillips don't talk. Say, get the movement of some kind of arms where they just they see some kind of movement where they see where they coming in and out of Nigeria since. And this is suspecting that the United States has perhaps been helping Nigeria to ship in arms in preparation to fight against this. So he had noted this from this report here. You can see here he posted and said, very interesting, a US Air Force C-30J registration cargo aircraft seemingly landed this morning in Abuja, Nigeria from Dakar, Senegal. USA cargo aircraft have suddenly been settled in Ivory Coast or Ghana. Waiting then they do there. If you remember, now Ghana be the first place where they're from. They conduct operations. So what is going on there? And then, of course, he even went as far as explaining how ABC US military base they position for Ghana and how ABC they use do their work and where they're from, conduct the operation where ABC they may conduct earlier and all that. So I don't know what it is that is going on, but obviously something is cooking, and we do hope that it's for the best for Nigeria and in connection or coalition with the Nigerian government. Because if you go by this tweet, you see the explanation in giving, you see the US Air Force has unusually intensified fights to and fro Ghana to the last, in the last month, mostly cargo flights leaving Djibouti, the de facto AFRICOM base in Africa, fully loaded, arriving in Ghana, then returning to Djibouti, and the next thing now, consider the flights from either Senegal or Ghana landing to Nigeria. So, I mean, it's a bit suspicious, but he raised that, and he's a security tracker and analyst. So I don't know what's in the BC they go on, but I just thought to call attention to that. So with all of this really happen, now what's in make it don't warn congressman don't tell Nigerians and say, well, just like Maduro, make on no take Donald Trump for granted, not gonna take him serious, because if he's saying go do something, he go do. I'm posting on that tweet, he did say something. What did he even say? Posting it, he did say he posted it along some words. He said, let me see if I can get what he posted now very quickly. He did say ISIS recently issued a statement saying Christians of Nigeria must either convert or die. Not be all Nigeria, the Christians of Adamawa State, Itelo, but he call them Nigeria. He said, we will never back down from supporting our brothers and sisters in Christ. And I'm glad to see the Nigerian government is working in coordination and cooperation with President of the United States, Putin's Itagan, to defeat these radical Islamic terrorists. He makes sure say he not make the mistake. He called them Islamic terrorists. Now what did he call them? Say them be Islamic terrorists. I don't know why they did the miss word when they more explain them. They just they call them the way they did them for Bele. Be like say they didn't fear anybody. They just they talk them the way they did for them, like Islamic terrorists. Wow. So it looks like you never see them, all for what they happen between with all of these things that happen concerning insecurity for inside our country. A lot of people, why people they excited, especially because of the coalition. This one will be say US don't talk say that they help. Donald Trump don't want say I don't forget now, not because of say I pay attention to Venezuela. And I make on say I forget say something to go on for Nigeria. I don't forget to I remember say something to go on for Nigeria, and then I also not forget say something they also happen for I not take because of Venezuela on forget waiting they go on. So make on I know say I did campaign, and in case you people take me for granted, just like Riley Moore have said, say Donald Trump, the person will be say waiting a talk that one. he go do am. He no get anything wey go stop am from doing wetin e be say he talk say he go do. And this one don't make tension, don't dey rise. People don't dey talk say, what else can be up go dey on top of his sleeve now wey be waiting dey go on. But let's go straight to other issues very quickly. Still as it gets to do with insecurity, I told you that one chance robbers brutally murdered Abuja nurse on night duty as group condemns insecurity and demands for action. A nurse with the Federal Medical Center Abuja, Jabi Abuja, Chinemerem Pascalina Chukwumezie, has been murdered by suspected one-chance criminals after closing from late duty, sparking fresh outrage over Nigeria's worsening insecurity. And one-chance issue. Now, we've seen on the very, very, very complained about for inside Abuja before now. People don't complain about how the activities of one-chance operators and how they operate without even conscience. They didn't even fear anybody. They do their operations without looking back. And then a young man identified as Abdul Fattah Oyedele has been declared missing by his family after he left home and failed to return, raising concerns over his whereabouts. And the family don't dey worry, say since we come off for house, I think on the 3rd of January, they never see him. I would do well to look for his pictures and post them in case anybody see within resemble him. May they know, call the attention of the family. Now, we also did hear that 3 days after terrorists killed over 40 people in Kashuwa, DG, they don't see an improvised explosive device. And police only tell them when they come now. But the community people, they fear, say, oh, now it don't reach terrorism to come plant IEDs around. That means, so they just won't finish people for inside those villages again. What thing they go on? Why police, they call them to be calm, but then they worried. But in Ondo State, suspected bandits have abducted a woman and her child along the failed portion of the, the Shopare Ayegunle Road for inside Akoko South local government area of Ondo State. Now, it was reported that, according to People's Gazette, that the victim, described as a nursing mother, was reportedly seized alongside her baby while traveling to the market when the gunmen struck. Then carry her, terrorists, don't carry her and her pikin. This side for Ondo State here. And then Army don't promise that they will crush terrorists from inside Niger State and other parts of Nigeria. And so Chief of Army Staff don't talk. And we pray may that's crush where you can crush and make it happen very, very soon. As it gets to do with insecurity, APC chieftain Vatsa don't call from military base, marine police for inside Agwara local government area for Niger State. In this some way, attacks don't be too much of that place. Oh yeah, now I'm not gonna call military base, make it come there. Can't take charge. Now, former Director General of the Department of State Services (DSS), Lawal Daura, he don't declare intention to run for governor of Katsina State for 2027 election. So, for inside interview for inside Hausa language, Nadia Itokam say he could run for Katsina State government for 2027. Okay, but before I go straight to Dele Momodu issue when it cause trouble, maybe I should attend to Wike's issue before I go to Dele Momodu's issue, because Dele Momodu's in them, talk where ABC raise, they cause a lot of wahala from top of social media. People can use them even remember the things that we ABC do for 2027 before the election, including interviews with him and Atiku Abubakar and all that. What others they talk say it no mean anything, but they are, they like say some goes they happen between him and Obedients them for on top of the streets of social media. Now, the chieftain of the ADC, Dele Momodu, he don't allege say some groups within the African Democratic Congress ADC have introduced aggression into the party. Say some bad belly people, they don't carry bad mind come inside the party. They don't carry bad mind come inside the party. Now they won't come cause problem for the party. Say they know we agree them when they carry this kind of bad mind when they carry. Come they worry anyhow for inside the party. And then some people quickly thought that, oh, he's actually addressing Obedience. And how dare you address Obedience like that? Let me see if I can get an excerpt of that WBC input up. Let's see. There you go. That's it. So for inside that thing WBC, right, you can see it there. You can see it there. Yeah. So in a statement today, Tuesday, Momodu wondered why some groups are insisting that the ADC presidential ticket must be given to a particular aspirant. According to him, the main conveners of the coalition that had adopted ADC promised to make it an open party for all and one that will uphold democratic tenets. No group or individual will be allowed to cause chaos like it happened in PDP and ADC. He said, and ADC will enforce discipline. Now, Momodu lamented that in recent times, some groups have introduced aggression and rambunctiousness into a fledgling cooperation and collaboration of all. He said, how can a coalition work if some groups insist they must produce the top tickets by donation and coronation? They no want to do primaries. They want me to donate the presidential ticket, give them, or coronate them the presidential ticket, according to him. He said, without election or persuasion, why unleash tantrums and expletives on one another as if one group can win national elections without the others? Well, you can see his original message there. Now, this is why, and when ADC must rise up and enforce discipline before it is too late. This is how Nyesom Wike held PDP by the jugular till it became late to be dislodged or expelled. ADC should be a party of love and not a Fuji house of commotion, so he said. But then Nigerians quickly pick out within a talk and sharp, they don't waste time. They begin responding to them. They say, hey, Oga Momodu, no vex. We know exactly where you go and we catch you for this one. And here's somebody who responded to him very quickly. I hope he can see this. Now, Ekpa said, I think he said, okay, he said, Ekpa Dele Momodu. Right now, this official Edo or SASB. He says, Dele Momodu, your candid advice reeks of desperation and hypocrisy. You cheered the coalition when it suited you, when it suited your Atiku dreams. But now, cry in discipline because obedience demand the South's turn and Peter Obi as flag bearer. Now the question where you ask him, this is exactly how you lot imposed Atiku on PDP and fractured the opposition in 2023. ADC promised democracy, no coronations. Yet you are already scheming to bully everyone into accepting another northern ticket. That's what they tell her. Spare us the lectures. Your tantrum won't stop the demand for fairness. If you can't handle open primaries, step aside before you turn ADC into another PDP graveyard. So basically, I think the group of obedience and the demand for open primaries for the ADC. So may they get open primaries. May they not do this what they will do by delegates, where some people will use what's it they call them? Some people will use dollar, use hijack the thing. It can't be seen who get dollar pass and all that. So may them adopt open primaries. And because of the remember say if at the same Dele Momodu attacked Patutomi, he went back to me to say if Peter Obi not become the flag bearer of ADC, say he go drop in support for him. So he tell and say, no, that is undemocratic. How can you say that? How can you say if your candidate does not emerge winner, you drop support and all that for him? So again, you don't they talk him again now. Say some people, they won't carry bad mind now. They won't carry bad belena, scatter the ADCO. They don't carry their bad mouth come now. They won't cause the kind of wicked trouble we happen for inside ADC, PDP. But people, they tell and say, no, this one way they do, on just they force us to accept, say, a northerner feel likely be the flag bearer. I mean, of course, it's not hidden. It's something that is very open that Dele Momodu has always supported and Atiku Abubakar. In fact, he don't talk and way for different forums. When he talk, say, the only person who go fit to win Bola Ahmed Tinubu na Atiku Abubakar. But Dele Momodu, not vex. Make I ask you one question. Make I sit down where they ask you the question. That time when you been talk, say, not only Atiku, that is a northern and I would take to use win President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Did you consider, okay, let's assume that at that time, the kind of things where they happen now for inside the country be made they happen again, especially as it gets to do with the killing of Christians and where the thing don't get international recognition and all that. They happen again right now. But then but people now when they talk say right now, with what people they shout about the marginalization of your religion and the killing of the people from your religion, you still think it is best to bring another, especially from a Fulani relationship or extraction? You still think so because of your own personal interest? That's on the one hand. A Muslim don't rule Nigeria for 8 years. Muhammad Buhari. A Muslim don't rule Nigeria for 4 years. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's how many years? 12 years. So for your mind now, it is also very good for a Muslim to use the rule another 4 years. Then naturally, ticket can't go back to the north again for another 8 years again. So Christians for Nigeria they perpetually they wait for Muslims. Is that what you want? Because it's not what people they tell them say. Now, where is the fairness in what you're saying? I think that's exactly what Mr. Edo or Saro here they try to tell them. Say because of say people they ask for fairness, say ordinarily make tickets come back to the south. If to say Atiku Abubakar, your principal, being agree, say make the seed ticket to the south, in be no one contest. First of all, him and Wike for not get the problem when they get. Because Wike problem with Anna say in want why Atiku go contest. After all, him Wike with in church mind support Atiku for 2019. Campaign for him till he won the election or almost won when they said they rig him and Peter Obi out for 2019. So why did you not also say, okay, why all of una, why una not support and say make him microzone? Okay, even if una no one Wike to win the election. That's where when you do Jagaban for Wike, use win Wike through Kwankoso toppling. Why in no fits you say Kwankoso now? What's in name again? Tambowa. So why in no use the same Tambowa to use support Peter Obi as a southerner to get the ticket? Make it be saying in support her because he noticing a southerner storm. The same way when you use Tambowa to topple the ticket, collect them for Wike hand. Why in no use the same Tambowa to make sure say he give a southerner the ticket? That's not the question where people they ask. So why it be saying not only about him and his interest? Only on contest of 2019. Only at one contest of 2023. Only at one contest now. And people are saying no, naturally, that unwritten rule we will get make tickets move south to north. You say no, say people won't bring bad belly enter inside the party. This now waiting people they tell her. Then people not Nigerians say if you go under that trade, under a response, people go come begin remind them waiting in the talk 2022 before the election, how he never even believed in Peter Obi in the first place. But at the end of the day, even after Peter Obi won the election, he didn't have much good to say about him. Take a listen to that interview he had with I think TVC with the View members.
I knew that even the Easterners may not support their own. I knew. Peter Obi is my very good friend. I have tremendous regards for him. We live 5 minutes apart in Lagos. He's someone I admire, but I knew his own people were not going to vote for him. And when you look at the voting pattern, it's the nature of man. Self-preservation.
Let me ask you why you have said that you know that the Igbos will not support themselves. What have you noticed about them?
No, it's not about Igbo. It's about every human being. I have been one of the biggest champions of Igbo nation. You see, the thing is that your salvation does not lie in the hands of a member of your family. It's somewhere else. That's why some of us are contesting. I didn't want to contest, but I knew what was going to happen. That if the Southerners don't present good candidates, we're going nowhere. For me, the two of the best, I'm not saying we're the best, the two of the best in PDP was myself and Peter Obi.
Now, let me
and he had to abscond.
Let me stay on Peter Obi for a second because he has moved on to Labour Party. Now, I'm talking to you now as a journalist again because I would say if Nigerians, if Peter Obi is one of our best, can Nigeria pull off what was pulled off, maybe what Trump pulled off by getting these new votes that nobody even knew existed?
Is it possible?
That would be a delusion of grandeur.
Oh, wow.
I was in Labour. I started my journey from Labour. Nigerian politicians are everywhere. They have proliferated everywhere. They have infiltrated everywhere. The first thing Obi will face in Labour, he would have to fund the party. The party does not have money. Wow. And Nigerians don't make contributions. After I lost the first 10 million, I started shaking when I was in Labour. 10 million. They said they were setting up structures. But he has to now set up structures. They don't have structures.
Hi.
That's why I told my friends, Kingsley Moghalu, Omoyele Sowore, Peter Obi, Donald Duke, ask any of them if I did not want them. You cannot win a presidential election from a fringe local party. Look, you cannot. It doesn't have that. It has money. Peter Obi has money, unlike me. I'm just a reporter. But can Peter Obi spend his hard-earned money on fighting an Atiku or fighting a Tinubu if he emerges in APC?
So you see the level of disbelief where APC even gets for the person of P2B prior to the 2023 election, and how things can turn around. And since the election happened, when APC P2P pull the votes where he pull, we never hear Dele Momodu come back and retract some of these things when he talk. In fact, there was also another interview where I think what's his name now? For that interview, it was Atiku Abubakar himself who spoke during that interview, and he did speak very highly. He said, so anyhow, where you take B now. If people they vote for him, if he gets good followership for social media, let social media vote for him now. I'm sure it was shocking to Atiku Abubakar himself when a lot of people also voted for Peter Obi from the social media. I'm not going to watch that thing where Atiku I think this interview with BBC back in the day.
Realistic. Where is labor in this country? Where is the structure? Where is labor? No single member of local government, no state assembly, no House of Representatives, no Senate, no governor, no local government chairman, no nothing. Fine, they are starting. It's not bad to start. But you cannot start and at the same time be at the top.
But they seem to be popular among the youth.
Okay, let the youth vote for them.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
They seem to be popular among the youth.
Okay, let the youth vote for them.
Okay, let the youth vote for them, because he didn't believe that perhaps the youth will fit actually vote for Peter Obi, irrespective of the party weighing day. Wait to them, no they popular at that time, and then gather the kind of votes we APC together. But unfortunately, this one don't happen. And see the votes we APC gather. And maybe not because of the number of votes we gather, now waiting make them not begin talk this or say, no, more na call people to order, make these people not carry this kind of bad blood, then carry corner, can't enter inside the party. Well, Aisha Yusufu was on an interview with Daily Trust Television, Trust TV, and she did speak about this. She spoke about her candidates. She spoke about the APC and all the governors affecting to APC, and she also did speak about the coalition. But let's take a listen to each of what she had to say.
In the case of governance, you're talking about people's life. I'm telling you, I'm fighting right now for my grandchildren. I failed my children. Because my youngest child is 24. I've not been able to give her the Nigeria that I had. I used to blame my father for not giving me the Nigeria he had. I have not been able to keep the Nigeria I had for my children. So I've already failed them. You're talking about someone who is going to come in the next, my grandchildren. Age has to be a question. And all of us get old. I'm going to get old. The things I could do before, I cannot do them now. And that's a fact. And so when we're talking about a country that is at its knees, because Nigeria, it's on the verge of collapse. The only reason why it has not collapsed, I don't even know. Because everything, every indices or everything that makes countries to collapse, Nigeria has had to go through it. And so this is not the time for us to sit down and be sentimental in the way that there is a certain generation that feels that Nigeria owes them. They've held Nigeria down for too long. Can that generation just simply chill? Let us have a moment. For those of us and even down, and you see the demography of the country, it's young. You say age is not this thing. So they will not tell you that you cannot get it when people made. So let me tell you something now.
But realistically, if you have to put a finer point on it, is Peter Obi necessarily part of the new guard? Because if you have to consider his political career, I mean, he is a part of the establishment, isn't he?
When you say establishment, when did establishment start? And I think when people do this thing, like I will repeat the word I used before, they are being very disingenuous. There are people who have been on this country right from maybe like our independence. After our independence, they've all been there. So when did the old guard sons? Is this someone that came in maybe 2000 and something or whatever, compared to someone that's 1990 something or 1980 something or 90? No, they are not the same now. It's as looking at me tomorrow and then you say I'm currently 52 and you say to a 30-something-year-old that we are the same old guard, or a 20-something. How are they old guard? Because we happen to be in this generation, or maybe they run for one particular office. One thing that I need Nigerians to understand is that 2020 2026, towards 2027 election. We are fighting for our lives. It's no longer banter. There is no time for banter. And it is not about our personal ambition. It is about what is it that works best for our country. Let us not reach 100 years from now.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I had to cut that off so quick.
In the case of governance, you're talking about there is no time for banter. And it is not about our personal ambition. It is about what is it that works best for our country. Let us not reach 100 years from now and we have our descendants cursing us and saying that where were we when the world was moving forward?
Right. How do you see this alliance working out? Especially, I mean, now there's speculation that Konkoso might possibly join the ranks. I mean, there's no telling what could happen in the next couple of months. But how realistically do you see these individuals who all want the same thing working things out?
Yeah, so it's how do I put it now? It's an interesting mix, and everybody has a right to compete. Nobody should be pushed away from competing. Let's all go in there. But at the end of the day, I think the big elephant in the room is: do you want to win or do you want to participate in the 2027 election? So for every one of them, it's going to come down to that place where they're saying to themselves, do we want a win? Or do we want to participate? Will be that, oh, you're part of the election and it goes that way. Winning is that you put in a candidate that people are going to come out, because it's passion that is going to drive 2027 election. If you bring same old, what's simply going to happen is that people are just going to stay back at home. They're not going to be interested. There's going to be apathy. And you know, when there's apathy, usually the incumbent, whether legitimately elected or rigged its way in, is the one that, gets advantage of that. So at the end of the day, like I said earlier, that big elephant will be, does ADC want to win election, or does ADC want to participate in the 2027 election? And I can tell you, I know for sure, the ADC wants to win the 2027 election. So at that moment, it's no longer about personal ambition. It's about who is the best candidate that is going to motivate the people to come out and ensure that they get a win.
Interesting. Politics, much like elections, is a numbers game, isn't it? You consider the electoral map right now. You see how big the APC is becoming. It's almost too big to fail at this point. As a ruling party, it's on course to beat. It's on course to beat the PDP's record as far as dominance is concerned.
Where did the PDP?
Are you being realistic when you say beating Bola Ahmed Tinubu or beating the APC is possible in 2027? If you have to factor in how big and dominant the party is.
Absolutely. So let me first of all laugh in Isako. The first thing you need to understand is that if APC was truly big and dominant, they will not be desperately shopping for governors. The fact that they have lost it, they have lost the people. And so what they want to do is to give an illusion of power. So there's power and there's an illusion of power. So there are, when you see like a bully or something, thinking that the more I show power, the more people will going to be afraid. That's what you're seeing right now. The very fact that they are on this shopping spree tells you everything, that they're so much afraid. And you could see in the last 72 hours how worried they have been since 31st of December, how they have come out with this almost fear. Like I said, to ask them the question, fear, is that you? I put out a statement on my Twitter handle, was it yesterday or thereabout, and the question I asked is that fear, is that you? Because you see it in the way they're speaking. I will give you an example. A video came out where Governor Hope Uzodinma was having an address, and if you look at it, was a picture of men who were scared of even their shadows. They didn't look like people who were powerful. You wouldn't see them if you didn't know them as a Nigerian to know that those were governors who were sort of like heads of their federating states, different federating states. But they were just like people who had bunch of weights there. One of them, who happens to be, the governor of my own state, was so nervous. You could see him just using his hand to hit his leg and stuff like that. So that tells you everything. They don't have, what they're trying to portray is that illusion of power. They don't have it. But another thing that is going to happen is this. Very soon, we're going into the political season, right? You've seen this place where all of a sudden a governor has been brought in, then automatically he becomes the leader. You saw what's happening in Port Harcourt, in Rivers State, where they are saying that Governor Fubara is now the leader of APC and all of that. The other people who were leaders before, there are people who are not going to be happy. People who wanted to contest the seat. Now you have their own incumbent, somebody else who is coming in. So in no time, you're going to see those cracks that are going to come out, and some of them are going to, go out of it. But by the way, all of these things are playbook of PDP. PDP has done this thing before. We saw PDP at one time with, I think, 27, it's like 2007, they had 27, 28 governors. At the end of the day, where did it take them to? When Nigerians were ready to take out an incumbent, government, a legitimate incumbent government, talk less. They did it. So I see people sometimes who try to allude it to, it's the US that did it, it's Obama, forgetting that it was Nigerian citizens who said enough is enough. And I'll still use this word I've used so many times. I wish I had another word. They are being disingenuous. And so what they have not realized is that when Nigerian citizens sit down and say enough is enough for you, they see it. And I can see it all the things playing out with this current APC.
All right. So you heard that from Aisha Yusufu. That's what she had to say in that interview with Daily Trust or Trust Television. Well, a lot of people don't they talk say, ADC and I better play on a card well, because if I don't play on a card well, it gets as it could be for now. As I speak to you, we did hear that the PDP, by the way, they for closed door meeting with former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. The area of the conversation we never know. If you do know or you recall, Goodluck Jonathan is still an active member of the PDP till now. Even though say the obvious which faction it is, but of course, obviously, certainly not Wike's faction. Even though say now them help Wike to win the governorship election, to win Amechi's candidate that could Peter side for 2015 governorship election for inside Rivers State. But then we hear said in the closed down meeting, and then we hope to hear the outcome of that meeting. Maybe say they get with Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, maybe within the coming years. Coming days rather. Hopefully that would happen. But then let's move on to Wike's issue. As amid renewed conflict between him and Rivers State Governor Fubara, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, has vowed that mistakes that he made in 2023 can never repeat itself in 2027. Now, he made the vow while speaking during a visit to Sokoto local government area and Digima local government areas today, Tuesday. He emphasized the importance of acknowledging past errors and taking corrective action. He stated, as for Rivers State, let me make it clear. What's important in life is that you make a mistake and come out to tell people, I made a mistake, and therefore I want to correct the mistakes we made. The mistake we made in 2023 will not be repeated. Where we voted in the state is not where we will vote again in 2027. Now, this comes, of course, amidst, as the minister declared total support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even as tensions brewed between him and the leaders of the All Progressives Congress on, the national front. So we never know as it could be take day, because we get on the trend for a certain or different reasons. Now, because he allegedly said we did hear that he said he spent about 50 billion naira and stepped on many toes to make Bola Tinubu president. So no one can dare to take him out, that he cannot be easily discarded. According to that statement, I never see anywhere where we say talk publicly. If I say, I go let you know, but that the rumor where people they carry. Actually, this news actually originates from social media where people they talk. So you don't talk a lot of other things. So if you say they happen. Oh, by the way, he also did pay a visit to Asare Dokobo today. So yesterday he paid a visit to Ateketon, a known former militant leader. And then today, it was Asare Dokubo. We did hear that the PDP for River State, loyal to Wike, the PDP faction national loyal to Wike, they don't want the secretary of the APC. Say, with immediate alacrity, better go and apologize to our Wike now. If you don't apologize to him, we'll deal with you. Remember that Wike had promised to report the secretary to President Tinubu when he comes back into the country, and to report him to the Minister of Blue Economy, former governor of Osun State. So now, the PDP don't they say make the man report, make you quickly apologize to Wike. Wow, how can you talk to a Wike like that? Meanwhile, sorry, Dr. Body, I'm of Turo Sarama, Piri in the Digima local government area of River State, has pledged full support for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for second term. Dr. Bob made the pledge today Tuesday when the minister of the FCT is on Wike paid a visit to his palace in Digima. Now, commending Wike for the visit, Dr. Bob explains that Tinubu stood by him in his time of need, stressing that it was time to return the favor. Now, like you said, my friend, everything that is ongoing is going on, is going to happen. I will be with you in making sure that my friend, the president, succeeds. Everything that I am capable of doing, I will do to make sure that he succeeds. I will not, I was not a traditional ruler when we met in 1992. I never thought I was ever becoming what I am today. Well, he said quite a lot, and I'll let you in on those. And by the way, the PDP, the other faction, in fact, the main PDP, I dare say, they don't mock APC. Ooh, you people had better not talk about Wike and you're complaining. You don't want to complain about bad character. No. Not beyond that, they encourage bad character. It don't reach I don't see us in the paper for body. All right, now. So the factional leadership of the People's Democratic Party, or the major wing of the People Democratic Party for the South Zone, they don't criticize Ajibola Bashir. No. Oh, no, that will not be down. This one, the people will give 48 hours notice. These people then give 48 hours notice. That now Wike people say, 48 hours notice. It better apologize to Wike now or pro now. But the People's Democratic Party don't say the ruling of Progressive Congress APC has no moral rights, or I not get the right to complain about the conduct of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. Or I not get that right. Oh, you want to come and complain about his attitude? What did he do wrong? You want to not get that right to complain about his attitude at all. After all, not being follow the age, the bad character we be saying he gets. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. So in a statement by its national secretary in Mobong today, Tuesday, the PDP insisted that the ruling party must manage the political consequences of its own actions in River State because according to the PDP, Wike is no longer its member, accusing the APC of knowingly engaging him for political advantage, only to raise objections now that the relationship has become problematic. She been now that they encourage and says, "I'm not gonna handle the matter well." Because right now we said don't wash our hands, come out like Pontius Pilate. We did hear that Rivers Elders Council has backed Wike and amid his renewed hope family to vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, let's take a listen to a few things he had to say. But before we listen to Wike, we will go straight. He did a particular video where the governor of Rivers State, Similayi Fubara, had spoken to judges. I think it was a Thanksgiving. It'd be like when they want to start the new, legal year last year or so. I think that's an old video. But he was blasting these judges in their very before and telling them, "I think they cause problem for River State." Most of them don't even feel look. They look inside people. Watch that before we go to Wike.
Some of you say you're legal luminary. You know the truth. You will go on air just to pacify your paymasters. To turn the law upside down. We all know the law. When it comes to issues that has to do with the administration of governance in states, it is the state high court. It doesn't matter whether you go and join INEC police. It is a straightforward. I'm not a lawyer, but I know that one. And you stand and you say you're doing the right thing, God will judge you. Let me say it here so you understand. Judges, that we are seeing. Your position is to stand and defend us. Your position is to look at whoever and tell the person the truth. Because if you don't do it here, you have a big question to answer. The preacher said it. Every evil done in the course of administrative justice, you will pay for it dearly. Look at what today, the up and downs in this state. When everybody knows that whatever we're getting from that end, I don't want to call their name, everybody knows. But I'm not bothered about it. Like the word said here, it will come to an end. Surely.
All right, so that is Siminalayi Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, speaking to judges there. But make a Kukuma go give an awaiting Wike talk today as he pay a visit to Amayanabo Asari Dokubo today. Make it hear what's it.
Amayanabo, members of the Council of Chiefs, members of the delegation, the chairman of council, and honorable. I hear Wike granted to Sophia consent and majorly what brought us to together. I'm happy reception from me and my husband that I know that he does in their tradition and they are presenting use of the solutions with a G. But like the tradition tradition is tradition. I would like that go to the Jola anywhere. We all speak good on but again, what's important that tradition I was present and plenty. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk to them and also come to their palace. In fact, like this, it's like ancient house, which here I to the kids. So on behalf of my team, I want to say happy New Year and continue to pray and support Mr. President. Thank you and God bless.
Your Excellency, my friend and brother, and all the familiar faces that are in their delegation there, I welcome all of you. Distinguished was my neighbor at Mbono Street. Our houses were almost opposite. Before he went to the House of Rep, he went to the Senate and so on. And several others that are here. I welcome you to my house. I would have wished that we would have come to Kalawari, but that might not be possible now. But it's by the grace of God in the few time from now in future, we'll come to Kalawari. Because the Trans-Kalawari Road is just less than 20 minutes from Kalawari. And going down to Kalawari to Elemifoko, it's going to open another door for the economic well-being of the country and the economic well-being of Rivers State. Because Kalawari, Rivers State is blessed. Kalawari, Sokoto, and so on. Elemifoko, they have natural beach. And today we are talking of blue economy, we are talking of tourism. And I think a lot, these roads, if roads go with vessels, I'll find more than 100 vessels of different nationality taking our fishes away. Indian vessels, vessels from China, Russia, different countries, Greece. I don't know who collects the revenue from these vessels, but they are there every day. They don't even have anchorage within our territory. So they are just taking our fish away, no anchorage. And now there is this sand, this rear head. You go now, people are mining rear head at Elemifoko, at APC. with vessels. And we don't know where these vessels come from, who authorized them to be mining these rare earths. So a lot of revenues that ought to accrue to the state are not accruing to the state. And I think that we should look at these things very well, because it will multiply the revenue accruing to Rivers State. Once these roads are done, for me, if you take a road to Buguma, a road to Abonima, people will drive to Abonima and Buguma. For over 20 years, people have been driving to Buguma and Abonima for over 20 years. But it has not brought any economic benefit. It has not changed anything. It has not had any economic effect on the people. When government invests, there should be a return on investment. Government should invest to get a return on.
All right, so when I don't hear waiting ABC as I get to talk there and waiting some Wike talk in response to what phone lines are open. Let me not waste your time. I know you cannot wait to jump in the conversation because I get on a reaction. I get a lot to talk, but I rather keep my peace. I be maintain my peace and keep quiet. 0817029477. That's the number to call. 0817029477. That is the number to call. Feel free to jump on the conversation. Make we know as this matter then take do you for body. So we can on a tour of local governments for inside River State for the past, since January. He starts a tour of local government for inside River State. And of course, he say if they do as a thank you, to tell people thank you. And then but people call the talk. So with I know they see this in saying a campaign, now ABC they do like this, or people are not seeing that it's campaign, or your eye they pay you say na campaign they do. Well, phone line is not open. But before I go straight to the customer, let them know say former presidential candidates of the Labour Party and of the Labour Party P2B don't talk about, don't sharply criticize Nigeria's leadership priorities, arguing that the country is not poor but poorly governed, following a poignant encounter with a young Nigerian American nurse who witnessed firsthand the dire state of the nation's healthcare. Now, impose this one for on top of in Twitter handle where you say they talk about how bad our country is be and how things don't go that finish for inside in our country, Nigeria. And in contact say, hey, no, be smart, make I say what I just post a little bit of an excerpt of that conversation will be say will be put out there. This is not part of the excerpt of the conversation. So he complained a lot about what's they happen for inside the country and why the country did the way it did. Now, in a lengthy post shared on his Twitter today, Tuesday, Obi recounted his conversation with Chidera Ugwakeba, a 24-year-old recent nursing graduate born and raised in the United States, during a flight from Owerri to Lagos, visiting Nigeria for the first time with her family. Ugu Keba expressed deep disappointment after her sister suffered a domestic accident and sought treatment at a major government hospital. Now, according to Obi, hospital staff demanded upfront payment before attending to the bleeding patient, even as other critical ill individuals lay unattended for the same reason. So he complained a lot, and of course, he don't talk. Say, this country, the problem what we get now say we no get leadership. Not because we no get money. We not just get leadership. Talking about leadership, Oga Cyril Ramaphosa don't respond to United States of America. Then get mind, as a Cyril, get mind, call the name of United States. This is one I do to Venezuela, good. But guess what? We wait for Giant of Africa, where they fulfill respond accordingly to US. Make we see the response when they will give to US. I've been telling her before, say Enugu don't budget 30 billion naira for feeding programs for 260 smart schools, including the smart schools where they never complete. They add them for the budget, just so you know. We never know whether they will complete them for 2026, but they inside that 2026 budget. I just make I let you know that one sharply. And the Nigerian Communications Commission staff don't raise alarm over alleged abuse, irregular recruitment under their Oga Patapata way they there now. And then Kogi State Governor say he go splash 1 billion naira on top of the remodeling of the government house for 2026. You need to change the shape and size of the government house. It has to be good. Why Enugu State go is 30 billion to feed children? Well, make I go phone lines, Jerry. 0817-029-4077. Now the number to call, or you follow the link within the pink post. It will bring you straight coming to the studio for you to put mouth on the top of so we'll get for grand. All right, Wike Danjuma, good evening and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Precious. How are you today?
I wish I can say I'm fine. I mean, it's the beginning of the year and I get a lot of targets for myself. So my year is starting off so...
It should be fine. You should enter the new year with optimism.
It will be. It will be. Now, because of that optimism, I need to ginger my swagger well. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Well, Bolagina, greetings everyone who is...
Okay, so we had to move it to next week. He said he just got into town and then he's quite busy, so we moved it to next week.
Okay, I think say they fear. Maybe they listen. You don't hear say people they wait for me to fire them for this.
I'm not sure say that be the case, but he has agreed to do that next week, early next week.
Okay.
So between Monday and Wednesday next week. But I'll confirm.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay. Hopefully you come. I just pity your brother Wike because
Chai. Who be this person? It's not vex. Somebody cost me. Ogama Fisai or Magic could do me. Why? He say Yoruba people was, but be like our own and what's that? Why? Why? I cannot take that from you. I take exception as a River's daughter. Go ahead.
Because the magic one they do for there is too much. When we remember Harry Marshall, we remember Dikibo, fear the catchers. Fear the catchers where we tonight. It's sad, I think Wike is learning the hard way. That if you sow evil, now you go the thing where you go reap now.
Did you notice how he went to go and pay Asari? Remember that he did not make Asari a governor. This Royal Highness. He no agree recognize. Now he make Ateke, but he no agree make Asari. So remember that. And then even the Trans-Calabari Road, where Asari they talk about, Asari was deliberately talking about that in front of him. He refused to finish the Trans-Calabari Road. Now, similarly, Fubara can't finish him. So now you can drive by road to Calabari.
Yes.
You can drive by road to Bonny. Places where you be saying a speedboat you need to take go before.
Now it's cutting, the friendship of Asari and Ateke and so on because he won't use them. Say those ones get standing army. So he don't see say maybe from his reading, say ground level. So he might need them. So he just go oil that side.
Going to the supposed bad guys first. That's another question. What's
now the word where I don't want to use because I don't want to offend you because you see the kind of people where they go
Royal Highness, no vex. Sorry. Why is it former bad boys? Sorry.
You know why they go there. See when you won, you don't want yesterday. I believe for yesterday. Say anybody will come, we won't carry trouble. Come here. Anything when you see me, you go get. So and they are playing dirty now because there was this pastor now where they arrest Abi, where they say you won't buy him Wike. So now the way where the politics in Rivers they go again, it be like saying the same old things where they do before. They never move away. Because when it's going to this non-state actors, we get people behind them, we get guns and all that. You can see what you say they prepare. Because he's almost lost the battle because Fubara don't take away in sim. You not get network again. So all the thing where they do now desperado, now somebody will be like say they sink. By moving into APC, Fubara don't finish them. Because if you look at this whole thing now, people are saying a blessing, a curse that turned into blessing for Fubara. Because they wanted to impeach him. But you see, they say that na so evil people they talk. It's a small picking where they pursue. They pursue because you be big man, because you can emasculate him. If you get all the power. You can speak in tongues, you can use you can kill people because they don't threaten people here now. One video where say, I will kill you. Tell him I will kill you. You can do and undo. You get all the powers. Now, I don't know where you go again. The only place where you know where you never go, maybe we never see now to go to Balawo. Or you don't go church.
No, but you guys should know. I think you're taking Wiki for granted or underestimate what in go fit do. See, Wiki fights to finish. I remember when this whole crisis with him and Sim starts, early 2023, late 2023, and I stated in the broadcast house I was working then. I said that you see this problem with Sim, you know, go end well oh, because Wiki need the fight stop. So you see what happened between him, Wiki, and Amechi. Amechi fights more. Can't leave the thing for and say like I don't want to follow small picking rock for grand make and leave him, make he get in me. Wiki not dey like that though.
Amechi not be pig now.
I just dey talk. Wiki no dey like
yeah.
so Amechi could fight and just let go. But Wiki is not like that oh. Wiki go see the end of that fight though.
But he's losing. He's losing now. He's losing now.
How is he losing now?
Election
has not held now.
If his Oga come now, listen. If his Oga don't get within he won't finish. They don't move go according to that. They don't move go APC. Governor don't move go APC.
No, remember that Wike claim say he get the structure. I mean, somebody will fit deliver governance for you with the glaring open eye like this of everybody carry votes where they say belong to P2B, give to another person. Give you the votes, then still give your own state. What's nobody don't do before? And that kind of person won't take for granted.
He don't compensate. He don't compensate and now. The person where they deal with the person where they deal with.
Now the deal na saying go date to the end of the administration now.
You see,
I'm making one support for second term now.
See, Babalawo na they do juju. Another Babalawo na go spoil the juju. Now so it be. So you don't do something for land and give them this thing. You don't make money for land. I know see all the land where they say billion. You know see the one where they just recover forest where they just recover. They say billion. You don't give them now. The man don't chop. You don't give them. So you don't compensate them. You can say anytime. You have the right to say, okay, I want to change my cabinet. This person go. If you throw away, we can say, okay, go rest. What thing go happen? He doesn't need him again now. So all the fight, once that is done, is finished. Not only the money when he don't get before, now I go, I can't use his money now because the money they use all this while, the money from state and all that. Once that money ceases, you know if you do anything again. You know, see as a governor they talk now, the real one they talk now with confidence. You know, see as they talk. They talk now because what he go do? He's the governor, he's the APC guy. Is Babati don't already get what he want, quote and unquote. So what is it? We cannot do any party, the PDP, the APC. So how is he going to do it? He's the loser now in this whole game. He's the loser. And that is why all this say I no agree. You go now fly when they hear word. Now they follow that body.
He never lose yet. He never lose yet. I dey come. Make I take this call. We can never lose yet. You don't know what's in up his sleeves. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Evening. Hi, is this Daniel? Daniel, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
I want to comment about this Fubara and Wiki issue. Then maybe I'll also ask you a question. If you look at what Fubara is doing, you know that definitely Tinubu is solidly behind him, and they have already assured him of what they are going to do and everything they are going to do. It's just that Wike did not understand. To me, Wike is just backing, and people like Asari, Dokubo, and Tompolo, they will follow wherever the money is. And presently, we cannot say the bag money is that we can have more money to be able to push anything.
Not be just where the money is, where the power is too. Because now the power go protect, then get businesses where the power go help them protect. So it's not about the money alone.
Of course. Of course. And I noticed that there is no way Tinubu will want to keep somebody like Wike around, because even some persons are already angry with Wike within the PDP district.
What's in do?
All this talk when they talk anyhow, they spoil Tinubu chance with that now. They are just looking for a way to push him gradually aside. Even though Tinubu will not be the one flaunting himself, he will use other people to make it look as if, okay, they are the one pushing the whole thing. But definitely, Tinubu is behind all these things that is going. And he has already assured Fubara. For Fubara to be coming out with his full chest like this, the president is behind him. Okay. And I want to ask a question. How I wish that maybe you will be able to tell me more. Yeah. It's in regards to this toll gate. Because recently I traveled for the past 3 years and I've not traveled from Maiduguri. All of a sudden I noticed the first toll gate in Nasarawa. I started asking people, they say, there's toll gate all over Nigeria now. I say, no. In the north, I've been going around, down to even the northwest. There's not like toll gate. They say yes, that whether this taxation that they are collecting from the toll gate is Chinese, and after 10 years, they are going to stop it. I was shocked. When did this one start? They say it's been long. I said, then why is it that the north, there's nothing like toll gate, and majority of all this Sakura project and all these projects are in the north? Then I noticed that the tariff of electricity is so low in the north compared to the middle belt and the south, starting from Nasarawa down. So is it that the south have to be paying for all these things and the middle belt, then the north have to be enjoying? And why is it that any governor, like the governor of whether Akwa Ibom was complaining that he wanted to build a power station for his people that there will be 24 hours, like that they have to push this power to the national grid? I mean, there's a serious agenda in which they don't want the South to have their own autonomy by having maybe electricity supply to start supplying their people, that they have to bring it to the national grid. Then at the end of the day, they'll distribute it for the whole Nigeria.
If a state governor talk that one, I know no, because I do know that before the end of Buhari's administration, they may come out we say they call them electricity from exclusive, from the list where it's supposed they put them where you say governors go fit get their own. In fact, railroad, electricity, all those things is supposed to get their own. So if the governor they give that excuse, I don't know why. That means it must have been something that perhaps the current minister of power told him. That means that. So that I'm not sure of, because we were very excited about that, hoping that all the states then would be independent now and they go fit produce their own energy. And we're even wondering why the states have not taken advantage of that before now. Quickly begin jump on them.
Then what about this toll gate issue? Why is it?
But I'm not surprised about that now. Lagos used to be a toll gate now. Me, I'm not surprised about that at all. And I've had heard that before now, that most of the roads, including the new ones that they built, go they tolled. We don't hear them somehow before, saying most of the federal roads go they tolled. But the fact say the tolling no reach northern roads is the one I don't know. But I also know the surprises of things don't reach northern roads. The north has to be pacified so that they no go too vex. You understand? And you know that because when they talk, say the poverty they concentrated for the north, go to do things that will make them vex too much. Just like this tax law now, I know what they talk, say they no go ever pay. And I won't be surprised if they no pay the way me and you will pay for the south. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised. You see, that is why because you see that's the thing about Southerners. Most of these people make agreements the way we be say go benefit their people. The Northerners, as they make agreement, they make them with their people in because they will tell you, say, majority of the poor people where they in Nigeria now our place, which money they won't use pay for the thing. But your people them not get your interest at heart. That's why you have a common interest cutoff point. So it be say a Southerner that gets like 78% as cutoff point, 65% as cutoff point, but not we get 12. Go get 12, 10. Why they go take say, oh, because my people they beg them, they push them to go school. And that's all I see. Now the Nigeria one at the living side now. So I'm not surprised at all.
But the project where Sakura they do, majority of their project they for the north.
See, there is no road. There is no road or rail project where be say that they do where no be from one loan or the other. We will take either from China or we will take from all these people. So that is to say that if most of this China loan they said that's not through tolling they won't collect that, they go supposed to around the roads them. But then again, poverty. What? Daniel, please, thank you. Don't let me talk more than I should. Thank you. All right, thank you. T.Y. Danjuma, please go ahead.
So so if you look at there's something where the trend for social media we say where Wike, they say he spent 50 billion.
Now them say we'll never see evidence where you talk about.
Yes, they say he talk him. I never fact check him. But the
Because I don't know,
impression
what
that
did the 50 billion do? Do you change the result when they say change?
I go ask
Because
you
before
now.
they talk, say
You
cancel
should know.
result for help people time for period. I don't know. So
Now your
the
brother
money
now.
that
I think say tell you. Now your brother, you know tell you. Now your brother.
thank you for the
I
vote.
think say, now you supposed to dey tell us waiting the 50 billion. Where you get them first of all from. And then what you take and do. Uh-huh. Maybe take and bribe judges, take and bribe INEC, take and bribe, Uh-huh. The other one, you put them for in pocket. So I don't know. But not just speculation. Never fact check. But from this language, from his mere, you go see say something is happening to the man when they happen. When he's threatening everybody and bullying and threatening the governor, threatening APC, this thing, what do you mean that Yoruba man name? Threatening everybody, and I be say something is happening. He's fast losing grip, and a person will suddenly find himself say they drown. Campaign never reach. You don't begin go round to they tell them say remember the rule
But
we
this will
agree
not be
to.
this will not be waiting if you say INEC supposed to sanction APC for because it's
Where
doing this
where
on behalf
where's
of
the army?
why
Where's the
INEC
army?
Oga Amokwe saying good day fair. Why is it
When
not
they don't give a house, maybe you did there when they give a in a house. I mean they give a been
they
on
say
us. I
na
don't
land?
remember.
They say one of
They
those
don't.
really in
I don't
contention.
give a land now. If you do that, I will give you more. So what do you want them to do? What do you want him to do? They don't show an example. You see the other one where they before you. If you do well, the more better things will come for you. So that one I go against them. You can't go. You can't eat my food after eating my food. Then they cost me. So that's the stage where you don't feel say you don't plan everywhere. Court. If you lose for election, you go court. You don't plan, you get police, you get all those, you get some money when you don't start. So you don't get time, but no, you can't play God. Because what he's doing, it's in a better country. By now, don't go jail, they cool off somewhere. The kind of thing that he's saying and the kind of thing that is even against the president, talking down the president, you know. He's even behaving as if he's the president himself. He's more visible than the president. Press conference every time, and so on and so forth. They're insulting this person, insult this person, abuse this person, And they just leave him. They drive bulletproof car. They get Rolls Royce. Nobody question him. EFCC. They pick every other person. They didn't pick him. All these things, money where they distribute, they that state, they that cement, they that this thing. Where is he getting it from? He's never been a businessman. He take money. And if I see people just there, they look. I think when I get power before, I don't say I just melt now, I be, I just be nothing. You should be ashamed of yourself. Just they carry gun up and down. Some of them they carry big belly, they go up and down. They call themselves mine over there. Nothing. They don't get nothing. Nothing. All the money when they get, somebody, one person they there, they chop and they abuse when they buy this one, they just they look at them. They didn't not do anything. That's why they ride rough shots over you. One man. When I go check on myself properly. Because that state
Embarrassed.
supposed to don't they better even more than Lagos State. That state. But when I money, they just waste time.
Exactly what I was discussing with my childhood friend today. And she was like, she's so embarrassed that the money, say by now, Lagos State not supposed to see our back because of the kind of money
At all.
we
At
suppose
all.
no could leave say they center most of the economy for Lagos State, but supposed to be giving a run for their money if we had
Yes.
true visionary leaders. Not the leaders APC could misdirect our funds to use the rubbish. And Lagos was supposed to set the pace. Now we're supposed to set the pace for them.
Yes.
But it's very unfortunate. It's very if you listen to the video I made this afternoon, it didn't pay me well. It is very unfortunate. It's a shame to everybody who call themselves leaders in Rivers State. Very shameful. Some of them they follow person week away be say then which day will come out for politics. They follow them for back. They smile, they play music, they play with them. You don't understand. See, you guys are every time, it's so shameful that any time we say River State in the news, it's never for something very palatable. It didn't make me shame. It didn't make me shame. So for this Lagos, why the next thing they will say, Wike sister.
This now, I used to know that place, Port Harcourt, for instance, as the Garden City. I used to, it used to really be one place.
The city don't come out safe.
It's a shame. I think it's better making I go back, go settle on my case. I talk to on myself because the way when they go, it's not the bloodshed. We don't go on there.
Unnecessarily. And at the end of the day, nothing they gain for this center. All of them they drag go. All of them get interest from Peter. All of them won't either be vice or one team for all of them. Now that's why they carry all reverse money. Thank you. I don't want to
Good night.
Thank you so much. Let me protect my mental health. Good night. Let me talk to my brother, the Barrys. Thank you. Good night, sir. All right. The Barrys, good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Happy New Year, Precious.
Happy New Year.
See why Danjuma just left.
Yes, you want him back?
No, you need to stop trying to attack my people like that.
You can't take that. It cannot be embarrassing people anyhow. How dare he talk about governor like that?
Everybody, this is so obvious. Everybody don't see say this one not the normal again. Now last fight, I don't tell you now. Say he gets things that happen where you know, and this is the only way. He's dragging everybody. He go drag people, carry enter grave. The one that's really pissing me off.
Traditional rulers now. You see all the traditional rulers of River State deal with them.
No, that one are the one where you appoint. Nobody, the one where Sim appoints still did the other side. You can do all that thing. The one that's really pissing me off is the Magnus Abbey that was supposed to be one of the most intelligent, knowledgeable politicians in River State. Start following Wike that if they sit in classroom, Wike cannot complete from my understanding. I don't think that man can even write a paragraph of. If you wake him up and say, can you give me a report on River State? He cannot even do it. That's who Magnus is following like a child. What's wrong with these people? I know Victor. I've met him. Victor can't even express himself. That one is just following. He's just a humble APC follower. So now look at them. How do you're supposed to be some kind of a secretary to APC, national, whatever, and you're coming down to the state to disrespect a governor that had come to your own political party.
Governor.
And you, Victor, I thought he would have been buying tickets now to contest for the office of the governor of River State. I thought he was one of the guys that I thought you're qualified to be there, but still following Wike. How often do you guys can see this guy pass over the entire Ogoni as big as went to Pobo to pick a governor over all of you that are dragging yourself to still follow the guy? Oh, Precious man, not even scream. Let me just leave this guy.
Just like one of the minority of the minority. Their minority.
Opopo is the stone throw now.
But a minority like us too, Fondoki.
If I shoot catapult, you can cross from one end to the other end. What are we talking about?
Very small town. Very small town.
But it's okay.
The island now. Where landing?
Yes, it's island. If you buy land and you build house, you go build and strong, so somebody can come and build on top of you. That's how much they are. That's it.
In case people don't understand,
I just want
a space of a one-bedroom flat they go use and build upstairs for people because of.
Yes, I just want to respect them. They are good people. They are very humble people. Sim is a very intelligent person. Look at the way he's doing things. I think, trust me, there are things that I don't want to talk here, but something is happening as I speak to you. Forget about that. It's going to be some kind of a fight, but it won't last. Allow Wike to do all that ranting and do all that nonsense right now. I am on ground. I talk to people every day. People are tired of him. He don't step on too many toes now. Make him come Abuja. Matter of fact, if Wike failed, if APC loses AMAC next month, Wike is done though.
APC no goes Wike will make sure that APC doesn't lose AMAC.
Okay, let him go to River State. APC no go lose AMAC. All these things they done to generals in AMAC in Abuja, they no go. Watch out now. What Precious? I will call you. You see what will happen. Abuja is the only place that is very difficult to rig an election because 85% of people that live in Abuja knows what they stand for.
Yes.
If you are not a credible candidate, either you're president or whatnot, you can now win election in Abuja. They will vote as they feel. So let him go there next month. Let's see what he's going to do. Look what's going on. Look what ADC is doing in Amak now. Dr. Mo will show and say, hey, listen, though, this time Amak, we will do election. And guess what? These are new INEC people. They may want to conduct a proper election. That's what they're saying now. Just to take your eyes off the main one. So we can need to come strong in this AMAC election. Now next month we'll go see how far. So don't worry about him. I'm disappointed that he's still doing this and the people are following him and he's just making this. Which kind of wahala is? Yeah, waiting now. Abba. So first of all, your son will never even serve. He never even teaching, even the elementary. They haven't done anything. So now he go Congo represent the whole. You get love say you know they for Faga, Port Harcourt local government. So now he go represent that guy, that small boy. I'm sorry, that was a small boy. So that's what Wike is planning. Is that part of the agreement that his son?
But there are people in support of it now. Not be your brother, them, both your Victor Gadon, them, the rest of them. Nobody in the support them.
I know, are they on platform? They throw them question. Nobody agree answer me. I said the way they don't even know where me they come from. Anyways, I know how me they play my own self. They don't agree answer me now. I asked them. Imagine what Tinubu do when he gave us that university up till now, right? How do you give a university without naming the host? So you say Federal University of Environment and Technology, where? It's just blank like that. That's why they be. We not get University of Port Harcourt, University of Uyo, University of Lagos, University of Ibadan, meaning that you know where the university is.
Even the University of Port Harcourt, even though they between Alu and Choba, but they call them Choba.
Yes, you call it Choba. So this other one where Tinubu say give Ogoni people, where in Ogoni without nothing. So I'm asking them that, tell me where this university is before you say give us something. I mean, I know they see, some of us go small school, but we they see this thing. We need more critical thinkers in that distance. But no wahala. Just wait when they first they do the matter. So this the way what do you call it? What Trump they do with all of them. No worry. All right. See, they don't point out countries where they on their blueprints. We see them. They need the American need they hide. You see the way they go attack the place. They tell you how they move, make move. How the people where they feel buy into the whole process, the bodyguards, how they take their fun, everything. Then they hide them, they will do them. So now I want to ask question to this year Dele Momodu, where they still they carry a took the shove in our face, and then there's another man where you've been work with on the other station, that other barrister where they work with for there. I don't want mention people name, but you know the person they talk about. Where they always say Atiku is the best. Atiku this, Atiku that, Atiku this, Atiku that. The same time, the same man, they say, oh, then they deprive the Igbos. They are doing this to the Igbos. But on the other side, you are bringing Atiku. Now you have a credible Igbo man where they stand. They promote Atiku. And at the same time, the same man will say, na Fulani the key in Nigeria. Is Atiku not a Fulani man? Atiku is a Fulani man. So why are you trying to make Atiku constant for this thing? At the same time, the powers that be, the Western world, are pointing fingers to the same Fulani that are doing this Islamic crap where they do. You want to bring another Fulani man where be Islam, where they Muslim to come be president of Nigeria. Which kind of oxymoron be that? What are you, which kind of I just wonder some people, they need to think, now we need to use leverage on this American presence in our midst to get things right and stop all this and nothing. What kind of nonsense are we doing? I said, I stopped going to church how many months ago because I did go to church. I said, I want year say this woman could contribute money, buy gun, fight back. These people are killing our people. If we not do them, we just sit down, they pray, they wear one kind of oversized suit. They do stadium this, they fly helicopter. Meanwhile, Christians are not. What did they worry us now? What's wrong with? See, I'm not gonna be Christian again. As a matter of my father was not a Christian anyway. It was my papa they pour drink for ground and he did not fight with anybody. That's the best man I can witness. I go follow my papa this thing. I'm tired of these Christian people. They are doing something to us. We know if you come up and put our foot down and say, you know what, we are going to fight this matter. They kill 3, we kill 4. They kill 5, we kill 6. If not die, make we die. Abba, what's going on with these people? What is these Christians they do? After you go see, they go back. Where that your bishop away from Sokoto? Make it come talk now. Since you say no Christian genocide, let him come, Dr. Bishop Kuka. Where is they now? Are they follow him? This thing, they check this and they say, come and talk. Oh, they're still killing Christians. So maybe plateau the man from. We know what's going on, but we couldn't pretend as if we don't know. I'm having issue with Christian Precious. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even here, I talk to them. We have platform. I'm the ESCO on the Nigerian Diaspora Organization. I'm a very strong member of that, and they pull their leg. Now so they punks. Now so they say, see these people. We're not gonna let this go. Me, I go follow this matter. They come there, Precious. Me, I go pull my own. I promise you. Abba, I'm tired of this thing. I mean, I know, leave Wike, no worry, River State matter. Now we go laugh last. So, he who laughs last, laughs the best. We'll go laugh last.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Actually, make a yours chopping.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well done. Have a great one. How was your birthday? You never tell us how you do. With the wait.
I know they celebrate birthday. Interestingly, I have never celebrated a birthday before.
No, whatever you do is part of celebration. You don't have to buy drink and toast.
The only thing I do is to start. Okay, so because the plan I had for IDP is still in the works, I started by, so I reached out to over 50 people that morning. I sent monies to a lot of people from my community in Ndoki, my mother's village and my father's village, people who are indigent. I had to send money to even some POS operators to go give some elderly people cash, to reach out to them. That's the way I spent my day. And then for some people around me, I just reached out to them. That's what I did that, depending on this IDP issue. So that's just what I did. I don't do anything. Yeah, I got gifts, I got cakes and all that, which they just got.
It's not. What's not been the thing. Now all the people, all the recipients of those things are supposed to make, even if not 10 seconds, thank you video, make we take and blow this platform.
No. So that's the problem.
Why not?
Yes, over the years I've been doing this. I don't televise it. I don't record them. So for instance, I send people money, POS operators money, to help me send to some indigent women. We don't reach out to some of them. I spoke to them over the phone. How do I not start telling them to record them and give to me?
Precious,
they called me back to say thank you. Is it their call I'm supposed to record?
Listen, even if I'm not saying you get better phone pass the way they take record our president home from somewhere. You get better phone pass that one. So even if any phone where they get the video go better pass that one. You are no longer you are no longer for yourself anymore. I just wanted to see that sometimes you allow people to do the other ones. You are no longer for now where you there as they talk like this. Precious, the whole of the diaspora, Precious AETV. Now they get authentic. So you need to sometimes allow some people, maybe insist that this platform is doing something beyond just giving information, that you are reaching out. That's not easy now. So don't sit on all your glory. Let people know. That's so it be. Trust me. 3, 4, 5 person will receive something. They go share them. As you do this thing for that guy where they Texas, where they do suya. You know how many business the guy don't get? That's how it's supposed to be. So something way Precious on her birthday, she reached out to people they benefited. Hey, thank you. My life don't change your business. It's not for you. Don't worry. It's for the platform. You don't start this matter now. We need to find a way to build this thing because this is authentic and organic. That's what it will be.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, the Barrys. Thank you so very
much. Have
a
great one.
Thank you. Meanwhile, the IDP thing still on the work. So I gave updates the other day. So as soon as we finish the findings and we start the process, I'll also let you guys know. They need a lot of issues like therapists and medical care and all that. So I'm trying to get people in Plateau State that will give them such.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
But it's okay. We'll handle it. Thank you.
I have something that I'm working on. That's how I say when it's done, I'll go come around and then that one, me, I believe in teaching how to fish than fishing for you. So that's my policy.
I
So that's what
agree. I agree with you totally. Thank you. Let's talk later. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank
Have a
you.
great one. Bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye. Robinson, good evening and welcome. Hello, Robinson. Robinson, are you there? Is that my Calabari brother? Oh, that's Henry. Oh, I thought it was Robinson.
Yeah, I'm here.
Henry, good evening. I thought it
Yeah,
was
I'm here.
Robinson. I saw my
Yeah, good evening, precious. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome, Henry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
let
ahead.
me just go straight to the point.
Hit it. Thank you.
My own, now division will want to make it scatter because this thing, this one, are they too much. Now division, now Biafra will want.
Not be my platform. We go in stock that kind of thing. I don't get strength to.
Okay.
Why you want that kind of thing?
Why I want that kind of thing? Because the deceiveness, I mean, the deception is too much. The wayo is too much. How will I even put it? I mean, the hatred is too much. Once you hear about Igbo people, the whole place will go gaga because it's an Igbo man. But ever since they started this democracy, they say that it's an equal this thing. Nigeria is one. Nigeria is one. Why is it that they haven't Igbo man? Is it 24 years of the nascent democracy? They haven't an Igbo man been there, even if we like the person or don't like the person. Unlike the Yorubas and the Fulani and I think Hausa, at least they have tested the. Then ever since then, no Igbo man, even vice president, no Igbo man. So this there one Nigeria is one Nigeria my foot. So if there's anywhere to scatter, Moku scatter. Mind my own prayer. Thank you. Good night.
Hey, good night. Hey. Good night. Thank you so much. Whoa. All right. Okay. Thank you to everyone. Make I just drop cut in here, beg. Yeah. Thank you to everyone who has been part of the show. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys and to discuss issues like this with you. I appreciate it a big time. But in all of this, make sure you protect your mental health because say wahala we did for Nigeria and they finish. So protect your mental health, especially as they enter this 2026 every day. A lot of things will play out for the political scene for Nigeria. So just tie your get well. Protect your mental health. You need them well. Maybe if you no go get hypertension for Nigeria matter because you know go good. We need your hypertension intact. I love you guys so dearly. Keep up with us. If you've not liked this post, please ensure that you like it and share it. Make sure you reach as many people as possible. I was just about to say my goodbyes, but let's see if I can attend to this call before I do that. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hello, Precious.
Sir?
Yeah, Precious. Good evening from my location.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. I was just about to wrap up, but go ahead, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, this is Prince Dejeman again.
Oh, okay. You're welcome, sir.
Calling from United Kingdom.
All right, sir. You're welcome. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, first off, I want to thank you for the good work you are doing.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bringing the information raw the way it is.
Thank you, sir.
On ground. We appreciate you for that.
Gracias.
God will continue to strengthen you to do more.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry for me to use this language. Our vice president, Chetima. I want to ask you: is he okay?
What's he doing?
Is he normal? The man is. He went to UN and he was campaigning against Israel, telling them that Gaza must be free. That Israel is oppressing them. Israel is killing them. But back here in Nigeria, they are supporting the Fulani terrorists to be killing the Christians and Muslim in extension, those who are moderate according to them. And Not only that, he is now coming out to say that the North must not allow Nigeria to break up. That's why I'm asking if it's normal. Every time he's so much agitated about Nigeria unity without justice, love, this love by force. Every time anytime he's coming out, he's the one that said the restructuring of Nigeria under his foot. The restructuring that will make the life of everybody good is under his foot. And he said it with a straight face, so not minding whoever that is listening to him. Are you getting me? So I'm wondering, because we have it on record that he had been harboring Boko Haram when he was governor in his state house. It's not a allegation. It's a fact. You understand? Yes. The Boko Haram that was one of their leaders that the DSS was looking was on their wanted list. Was in his state house. He hit the guy over 6 months. You know. So my sister, you see, this one Nigeria that they want us to remain inside by thunder, by fire, so that we'll continue to die, whether we like it or not. It will not work again. No. The best thing for that country called Nigeria is for everybody is the total disintegration. I'm telling you, see Togo that are there, see Ghana, see Benin Republic. Are they having this kind of headache that we are having? They don't have money, but they have peace. There's the amount of money you have, if you don't have peace, is useless. That money is useless. That is the kind of giant that Nigeria is. Yes, my sister, it's a fact. We giant, we have we have oil, we have gold, but no peace. That word is useless, because if you're a billionaire and you don't have no security around you, because as it is in Nigeria now, the rich also cry. If the army can be taken down at the will anytime, how much more you are a billionaire? They can disarm you, those that are guiding you, and you become vulnerable. Are you getting me? Why not make the society good for everybody? My worry is that all these people that are in Nigeria, these gangsters that call themselves leaders, they school abroad. Many of them school, almost 99.9% of them schooled abroad, and they see the way the society is organized. They are giving benefit to their people, not because they love them more than anything. They know that without those benefits that they deserve as a citizen, crime will be much in the society. They make sure that they provide electricity for them 24/7. Water is there. All those basic amenity, housing, are there, mortgage. They are there for them. Why? Because they know that if all these things are not in place, crime will be very easy in the society. How can you keep people in hunger year to year, and you think that crime will come down? You say you are fighting insecurity. Already making people to be hungry is insecurity on its own. Food insecurity is a crime against humanity. Are you getting me? And that is the situation in that country. When they make all the society unbearable for everybody, and they are fighting insecurity, who are they deceiving? That's the reason why that country must break up, so that people that have brain, to plan their society like human being, they will plan their society like human being who can be carried like me now, an Igbo man, a Biafran. I can't be carrying my container on the head, and I will be living with the terrorists alongside. How can it work? How can I do my business in that kind of environment?
So how good has the governors in Igbo land, or have the governors in Igbo land governed the Igbo lands? Or the Igbo land generally? So do you think that it's disintegration that is the key? Have they governed? Have they been able to govern and develop the Igbo land well so far with the little resources they get from Nigeria? So if they've been unable to do that, why do you think they'll be able to do it when you disintegrate?
No, see, my sister, the problem that the Igbo governors have, and in extension, the governors in Nigeria, is godfatherism. You see this thing that.
So what makes you think that is going to stop?
It's going to stop because when you have your country, you are together with people of the same ideology.
No, my brother, that's wishful thinking. You're not being realistic. That's wishful thinking. You're not being realistic. It's not going to stop. In fact, it may even get worse. It will get to another level.
There's one proverb that I want to give you. In Igbo language, they say that are you getting me? When I am Igbo, we are the same culture, we know ourselves to our father's compound. You cannot bring an alien thing and ask me to accept it, and I will accept. But under Nigeria, when this one is speaking Fulani, this one is speaking Fufude, this one is speaking who you hold accountable.
So with the number of states that you have put into and the number of ethnic groups that you've put under the Biafra, do you understand all their languages? You don't understand all their languages. Their cultures are different. For instance, yes. For instance, I am from Undoki.
They have similar ideology and similar
culture. But we do have totally different cultures. What I call fish in my place is not even what you call fish. Do you understand? An Undoki person calls fish basa. That's not what you call fish in Igbo land. So we have purely different language and different culture. Do you understand? So for instance, during marriages, you people go and do, what do you do that thing? Ijo Esabi. We don't do that in Undoki land, at least as much as I know. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to say is that how do you now make sure that you marry all those cultures together, or are you bringing them together to marginalize them because you think that you're the majority group? That's the question.
No. Okay. I want to remind you something. Maybe you forgot it. When we have something that is similar to what I'm telling you, that is confederation. Where are we not progressing? There was Yoruba land, the Duduwas, there have first television before France and Germany. Television station. Dubai, they do come to Yoruba land to take treatment in a teaching hospital. When there were confederation, are we not progressing? I'm asking you, Precious. That is similar to you having your own nation, because by then every region we are doing things. There was competition. Are you getting me? So that is near for you to you having your own nation. That's what I'm trying to tell you, because then Yorubas, they understand, they know what they want. They give free education to their people. You understand? Because they have the same similar vision. And in Igbo land, we are doing very, very well. In Hausa land, even they were doing very well, even with their Lamajari system. Are you getting me? So why can't we? Why are we afraid to go back to something that is better that we practiced before? But the military came with their Boko Haram system and spoiled everything.
All right, thank you. Let me not waste our time, but I was already closing before you came in. Thank you.
God bless you, my dear.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
sir. All right.
Thank you, bye-bye.
All right, good night, sir. All right, so on that note, I'd like to say thank you once more to everyone who's been part of the show. Thank you so immensely, and ensure to protect your mental health. Remember, say, wahala may be finished at all. Let's do this again. Let's do this again tomorrow evening, and then another tomorrow, and then another tomorrow, like the kids will say. For now, it's good night and God bless you. Thank you. Goodbye.